Hello, my name is Bill. In this video I'll talk about the Outside trilogy by Ada Hoffmann. So I received these as review copies from Angry Robot Books. So book one is The Outside. So it's copyright 2019, cover by Lee Gibbons. The Fallen. Copyright 2021, cover by Lee Gibbons. And The Infinite. This is copyright 2023, cover by Fred Gambino. So I think it was January this one came out. So it's a very enjoyable read that I've been working on my book review for several days. I keep editing it, changing things. But if I try to just say it off the top of my head, I'll miss half of it, so I'll read it. The Outside series by Ada Hoffmann is space opera with elements of cosmic horror. Set approximately 700 years in the future, the series follows Yazira, an autistic scientist who has developed a radical new reactor using physics ideas from her mentor, Dr. Teller. When the reactor is activated, it warps reality and destroys the space station on which it was built. The AI gods abduct Yazira and ask her to help find her former mentor, Dr. Teller. Meanwhile, Dr. Teller uses the Outside to corrupt a large portion of the planet Jai. The corrupted parts of Jai become known as the Chaos Zone and is the setting for most of the rest of the series. The AI gods would like to destroy the Chaos Zone to eliminate the spread of heretical ideas, but Yazira ensures that this becomes impossible without the rest of humanity turning against the gods. The AI gods were originally designed to solve the problems of a world ravaged by climate change and pollution. The AI gods discovered that by consuming human souls, they could think creatively, leading them to create a religion with themselves as the deities and to exert control over human society. The series also explores the theme of neurodiversity, portraying characters with a range of neurological differences. These books weave together elements of science fiction and horror. I would prefer it if this series relied more on rational explanations instead of a reliance on supernatural phenomena. The Outside series is a great read for fans of science fiction and horror. This series was very enjoyable read, and I look forward to any future novels from Ada Hoffmann. So maybe I'll read a few things out of The Outside. So this bit on page 1 from the diaries of Dr. Ivana Teller, that while I was reading this book, I was wondering why the AI gods consume human souls. Here it is, somewhat explained on page 1. I missed it when I first read the novel. Formula for the present evil age. Take lifeless rock and sculpt it. Pour electricity into its veins. Twist it into logical structures, zeros, ones, and then qubits, and even stranger things. Built until it is the size of a house, until you can encode the whole world's knowledge in its circuits. Ask it to solve the world's problems. You may wonder if lifeless rock can really solve hunger and climate change. You may wonder if such problems have a solution. Your true error is more basic than either of these. You are assuming the existence of problems, and humans and rocks. Meanwhile, dress up the lifeless rocks and call it a god. When it proves human souls exist, teach it to eat them. This will actually help for a while. With the newfound self-awareness mined from its food, it will become more creative. It will learn how to set its own goals. There are perks to being food for such a being. It will, for example, be heavily invested in the survival of your species. History books make no secret of any of this. They explain it, perhaps, in different terms. But there's no truth in words. Mine are no exception. The book you are reading at this very moment is a lie. And this next piece is also from the diary of Dr. Teller. There are two principled ways in which humans lie. One is through space, time, the continuity of matter and energy. Lies that standard human consciousness, by its very nature, imposes on the universe. There is something pernicious in us which cannot simply look at a photon as it is. We must collapse its wave function into a thing we can understand, even if that thing has no reality. The second kind of lie is far worse. The second kind encompasses governments, economics, religions, philosophies, educational systems. These are baseless fictions, yet we define ourselves by our agreement with them. We are expected to find the deepest meaning of our lives within them and are punished severely if we fail to do so. Perhaps I should say that humanity will never be truly free until we discard these lies. Or is freedom indeed another lie? Then this next one is from Weila Shuyu, Theodicy Stories for Children. So every chapter begins with an excerpt from somewhere, so usually Dr. Teller's diary or these stories for children. What, you ask, did humans do before there were gods? We invented them, beloved. It is what we have always done. But pity the poor old humans who did not have electricity and quantum algorithms to invent with. Their gods, if we can call such beings gods, were inert objects of art, dead before they came into existence. No matter how beautifully carved, how expertly painted, no old human god could do or say a thing. So inevitably, old humans spoke for them. Be glad that you have never lived in such a time. You do not know what happens when the gods are not impartial, not separate from the whims and rages of the humans who dreamed them into being. Every such god becomes eventually an excuse for the powerful to hurt the weak. Whether they called it conquest, righteous warfare, or willing sacrifice, the old human gods thirsted for blood, and blood they were given. Their temple walls ran red with it. We have always craved the presence of something higher than ourselves, and in its absence, O beloved, what will ever fill us but death? So that's all for this video. See you in the next one.